you pull down your mirror, you make sure your makeup looks okay, and then you're just like shocked by the amount of hair that's above your lip, and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta deal with this right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So glad to have you here. Today we're doing another one of those two-part videos. If you're new here with that, the first half I'm doing godly encouragement. We're gonna read a little scripture, and the second half we're doing some beauty style content. So I hope you'll stick around for both. So today I wanted to just talk about that feeling that we get when we're just feeling kind of drab. Maybe it's that feeling that you get when you're like long overdue for a haircut, or that feeling you have when you've gained a little extra weight because of the coronavirus. I think we've all been there. I know I have. Or just that feeling that you have when you look in the mirror and you find out I have another wrinkle. Like, great, the aging process is moving forward. Just all those feelings that we get when we're just not feeling super great about ourselves, how we feel, we're just feeling kind of drab. Well, I wanted to speak to a scripture verse on that concept. A scripture verse that kind of came into my life around the time I turned 30, when I was just feeling like I'm not gonna be 20 anymore. And I've talked about that on my channel, how that was kind of a hard birthday for me. But I love this verse because it also has been an encouragement to me when I've had health struggles in my life. So I'm gonna read it to you. It's in 2 Corinthians 4:16, and it says, "So we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal." And I love that verse because it helps us as Christian women to transition our mind from just the temporary, from just the physical things that we don't like as our body gets older and we age. And it reminds us that though our outer body is fading away, we can inwardly be renewed day by day. Like, we can be growing in our spirit every year that we get older until God takes us home. And I think that verse is so wonderful because we don't have to be just trapped by our physical body, by whatever ailments or things we don't really like about how we look. We don't have to be just trapped by that. We're more than that. We are a soul and a spirit, and that's what this verse is speaking to. So I hope that it will remind you that whenever you're struggling at the way you feel about yourself, how you look, how you feel, that yeah, it's important to take care of yourself, and it's okay to do things to kind of take yourself up a little notch and feel better about yourself. And that's what we're going to talk about in the second half of this video. But ultimately, we have to come back to the fact of what truly matters. What we need to put our ultimate focus in is becoming more like Christ and letting Him transform us and getting excited about that. You know, the other day, I have things about how I look that I don't really like, and I've been struggling with just not being where I want to be when it comes to like my fitness goals. And I caught myself looking at myself in the mirror and just telling myself, I need to stop. I need to stop looking right now in this moment, and I need to just move on with my day. And I felt like that was such a good moment of kind of taking those thoughts captive and saying, stop. Stop focusing on this physical aspect of yourself and just move on with your day. Move on to what you need to do, what's more important. And so if you're like that and you get in that moment, I would encourage you just to put your mind on something else. And in the moment, it would have been even far better if I had stopped and I had prayed and said, God, help me to focus on my spirit. Help me to be thankful for the body you have given me. Though maybe it's not perfect. Of course, it's not perfect. But help me to be thankful. Help me to focus on what truly matters. That would have been so better. And so I encourage you to do that. But just taking those thoughts captive when they come into your mind and just moving forward and turning to prayer. That's what I want to do in the future. So I hope that encourages you. All right, we're going to jump into the second half of this video. All right, so we are over in my living room now. I thought this would be the perfect place to have a little girls chat, to talk with you about a few tips that can make you go from feeling drab to feeling fab. Yes, I made up that silly little phrase. Don't take me too seriously with it. I just wanted something that would rhyme. I thought it was fun. Okay. All right, so these are tips that I have done and I feel a little bit better when I do them, and they're all things you can do in the comfort of your own home, COVID style, you know what I'm saying? And most of them don't really cost very much at all. So yes, I hope you like some of these tips. So my first tip is, it goes a long way to just take a little moment and to tweeze your eyebrows, shape your eyebrows, and also this little tool, which is called a facial razor, and it's by the brand Tinkles. The brand name came off on here, but I use this to do this to my mustache hairs. And I really like doing this. I used to wax my upper lip, and that was just kind of a big project to do, but this is so much easier because it's quick, it's fast. I can do it right when I get out of the shower. I don't do it very often, but you know, when you have that moment where you're looking at yourself, it always happens in the car. The sun is shining, you pull down your mirror, you make sure your makeup looks okay, and then you're just like shocked by the amount of hair that's above your lip, and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta deal with this right now. Yes, in that moment, these things come in handy, which actually would be a good idea, maybe to have this in the car. I don't know, I don't think I'd keep it in the car. But all that to say, this is an easy thing to do on your own. And I've never got into doing my whole face with this. I'm not into facial shaving for everything because I don't want to deal with the potential of the hair growing back dark or anything. But I want you to know that I have not dealt with having more hair above my lips since I have done this. I don't know if it's the same for the whole face or not, but it's worked pretty good for my upper lip, and these are cheap. Okay, next tip. Some of these things are just like tried and true things that I just love. And I've shared this so many times, but Vaseline, don't hate me on this because it's probably not the most healthy thing, but it's my go-to product for my lips in the winter to keep them moisturized. I love it. I've tried other chapsticks, don't love them as much. You know when you put on a chapstick and like a few hours later, you're like, my lips feel even drier. So then you put the chapstick on again. That ain't happening with Vaseline. Vaseline just works awesome. It's so affordable and I use it all the time. And you know, now they have those expensive lip sleep masks by, what's that brand? Laneige, or I can't remember the brand name. You don't really need that if you have this. It's so cheap. Now, maybe someday I would transition to something more natural and healthy, but it works good for me now. Also, I want to share with you this little tip. Maybe everyone knows this, but I didn't know this until, I don't know, a few years ago. The perfect time to exfoliate your lips is when you're in the shower and the hot water is running and you just take your finger and you rub your finger on your lip, and you will be surprised at the dead skin that just falls off. You don't even need a washcloth. You could do it with a washcloth, or you could just, you know, go simple style like me and just use your finger, and it's so surprising how much dead skin comes off. And I think having moisturized lips goes a long way, especially if you're gonna wear any lipstick on top. And my lips, I always struggle with them being dry. So it's something that I just notice, I think, a little bit more. So try that tip out. Let me know what you think. Okay, next tip. Something else I've talked about before, but really when you're feeling drab and your hair color is growing out, and I have a number of gray hairs, and of course my hair is dark, so those gray hairs show up. I've asked my best friend multiple times, all right, you got any gray hairs yet? Because she has blonde hair, and she's like, no, I don't notice them if I do have them. And I'm like, seriously, that is not fun, because I started getting gray hairs like, I don't know, when I was like 24, 20, somewhere around then. Anyways, this is my go-to product for covering up my hair so that I don't have to color it as often. It's by Style Edit. I'm pretty sure I showed this in my other video I did recently, but really, I love this product. It's called a root concealer. It comes in multiple colors. It comes in a liquid spray like this and a powder. I have the black dark brown color, and it's just helps me so much to feel a little bit picked up when I just don't feel like going through the big hassle of coloring my own hair. And this is an ideal product right now with COVID if you're like, I don't want to go to the salon, or I can't get in for a while because they're shut down where I live. This is an awesome product to keep on hand. Okay, something else super fun when it comes to skincare that just makes you feel kind of bougie and just, I don't know, glamorous, high class, you can do it all at home, is something I got for Christmas. I had it on my Christmas list and my mom got it for me, so thanks, Mom. That is my Jade facial roller. And it actually came with this, and I didn't even know it was gonna come with this. This is called a gua, I think I wrote it down to make sure I said it right, gua sha. And that's a weird name, but this also is a stone that you use on your face like this. And maybe someday I will do like a tutorial on how to use them and everything as I figure it out myself. But these are just so fun to use at home. Like after you put on your skincare, or you put like on an oil on your skin, because you want to have a little bit of slip there on your face, if that makes sense. But just at the end of the day, guys, this is just glorious. This is wonderful. And probably between the two of them, the gua sha, I hope I'm saying that right, is my favorite because it actually works on your muscles. So I found out that the Jade roller is something that is great for your lymphatic system of getting that to drain. And then the gua sha is basically like a foam roller for your face, which I love foam rolling. So that's like a way to work out the fascia in your muscles and kind of loosen things up. I have noticed that this even helps for when I'm having jaw pain. My jaw will start hurting and my ear will start hurting. And I've used this at times when I'm just feeling that tightness, and it actually really helps. So these are not very expensive. You can get them on Amazon. I'll try to link the one that I have below, and it is a way to just feel a little bit more special. I don't know to what length, like it works with like, you know, wrinkles and stuff, but it sure is relaxing and fun. I couldn't not talk about this. I couldn't not talk about this. I had to talk about this when it comes to when you're feeling drab and how to step it up a little bit and feel better about yourself. I could not help but mention exercise, because exercise has been something in the last year that I've implemented in my life more. Now I'm still struggling with being consistent with doing it more than just a couple times a week. But whenever I'm feeling yucky about myself and I take the time to exercise, I feel so much better afterwards because I know I'm taking care of my body. I know that I am burning calories, and I would just really encourage you to do that if you're not feeling super great. It helps your mood too. It helps me with my anxiety, and especially with us being at home more and feeling cooped up. It's winter time, and then adding COVID and all of that. Exercise is just a wonderful blessing from the Lord, and I wish I had implemented it in my life way earlier than I did. Waited way too long. So try that out for size if you're feeling a little bit yucky. One last tip that I have to share with you all, and this might just be like specific to me because I love fashion and I love style, but I think it's always really fun when you're looking at your closet and you're like, what should I wear today? And maybe you don't have anything new and you're just like, yeah, I'm not feeling super excited about everything I have in my closet. Well, taking the time to put together a new outfit combination, shake things up, try something a little different, maybe a top that you have never worn with a certain pair of pants, or styling a skirt a different way with like a sweater instead of just a top. Like changing it up a little bit, putting together a new outfit combo can just be so fun, can be inspiring, and just lift your mood when it comes to how you feel for that day. So you should try that out. Let me know if you like doing that as well. I just recently put together this one top and I changed it to wear with a totally different sweater, and it was just fun to try something different. I will show you guys this video here of that outfit. that's all I want to share with you guys today. I hope some of these tips help lift your mood a little bit, help you feel a little less drab and a little bit more fab. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're on board for what I'm sharing, encouraging you in your walk with God, as well as having a little bit of fun here and there with some style and some beauty content. I will see you guys in my next video and talk to y'all soon. Bye.